Karen could not forget the words of the taxi driver. My son works at a cafe sometimes. He makes the best coffee I've ever tasted. Maybe one day you'll get to try it. After completing her surgery successfully, Karen had some free time before her next assignment. Out of curiosity, she decided to look for that cafe. It wasn't a luxurious place like the one she usually visited, but something about it drew her in. Behind the counter stood a young man with a bright smile despite his tired eyes, Kelvin. He greeted her politely, not recognizing who she was at first. "Good morning, ma'am. What can I get for you?" he asked. Karen studied him for a moment. His clothes were simple, his hands rough from hard work, but his voice carried warmth and confidence. "I was told you make good coffee," she replied. Kelvin chuckled softly. "Well, I try my best. Everyone has their own taste. But I promise you this, if you don't like it, you don't have to pay." She agreed, a little amused. Moments later, he placed a steaming cup in front of her. The first sip surprised her, it was almost exactly the way her maid used to make it back home. For the first time in years, she smiled over a cup of coffee made by someone else. "This is perfect," she said softly. Kelvin only nodded humbly. "I'm glad you like it." From that day, Karen found herself returning to the cafe often, not just for the coffee, but for the man who made it. She admired his determination, his respect for his father, and his dreams of becoming something more than life had allowed him so far. Slowly, a friendship grew between them, though Karen kept it a secret from her strict father. But one evening, everything changed. Her father discovered she had been spending time with a poor cafe worker. Furious, he confronted her. "Karen, with all the wealthy and successful men in the world, you choose to waste your time with a poor boy who can't even afford his education? You will stop seeing him immediately." Karen's heart sank, but she stood her ground. "Father, money doesn't define a person. Kelvin is hardworking, intelligent, and kind. He has dreams just like you once did. Why can't you see that?" Her father refused to listen, and in anger, he threatened to cut her off if she disobeyed him. Days passed in tension, but Karen's heart remained with Kelvin. She confided in him about her father's disapproval. Kelvin, though hurt, told her gently, "I don't want to be the reason you lose everything. Maybe we should stop seeing each other." Tears welled up in Karen's eyes. "I don't care about wealth or status. I care about you." Moved by her courage, Kelvin decided he could not let go of her either. Instead of hiding, he began working harder than ever, taking on extra shifts, saving money, and slowly building a small coffee business with his father. Word of his skill spread, and in time, his cafe grew popular. Months later, when Karen's father saw the growth of Kelvin's business and the determination in his eyes, he realized that success was not always inherited, it was earned. One evening, he called Karen into his study. With a heavy sigh, he said, "Perhaps I was wrong. That young man, he reminds me of myself when I first started. If he truly makes you happy, then I will not stand in your way." Karen was overjoyed. She ran to the cafe and embraced Kelvin with tears of relief. "He finally accepted us," she whispered. Years later, Karen became a successful doctor, and Kelvin expanded his coffee business into a chain of cafes. Together, they built not only their careers but also a life filled with love and respect. The rich girl who once thought happiness depended on wealth found true joy in the arms of a poor boy who dreamed big. And Kelvin, the boy who once had nothing, gained not just success, but the greatest treasure of all, Karen's heart. The end. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.